YouTube, what is going on, Lakers family? In today's video, we got some NBA news involving the Los Angeles Lakers, and there is a bold trade that was proposed earlier on NBA Analysis Network where the Lakers would be landing, big man Andre Drummond from the Chicago Bulls, and he's a former Laker. He used to play with us the 2021 season, and he's still one of the best rebounding bigs in the league, right? That's what he's known for. Someone that could just bang down low, rim protect. I won't say he's the greatest defender, but he's going to just do his job, just play his role right. And the two big names that have been heavily linked to the Los Angeles Lakers are star Zach LaVine and DeJounte Murray, right? So those are like the headlines. And if you look at Zach LaVine's contract, it's pretty hefty, right? It's very high. And last season, July 2022, he signed a 5-year contract worth about $215 million, and he's making around $40 million this season for the Chicago Bulls, right? So his trade value is very low. Maybe the Lakers could have enough to acquire him just because his trade value is very low. But the problem, you don't want to be hard cap with that contract because you got LeBron James, Anthony Davis on the Los Angeles Lakers, so they take so much of your contract on this team. So you just don't want to be hard cap, right? And maybe the Lakers could be looking to add Andre Drummond, reunite with him. Like I said, he used to be a former Laker in 2021 season, but in this trade package, the Bulls would be receiving a big man in Christian Wood, the Lakers' 2025 second-round pick, and also our 2027 second-round pick. Now, in my personal opinion, I'm not willing to trade Christian Wood. I feel like he would be a very important piece for the Lakers, in the postseason. If the play-in tournament or the postseason started today, the Lakers wouldn't even make it. This team is struggling. This team is bad, right? And I do believe the Lakers are going to make a trade in the trade deadline, so the season could be saved. Similar to last season in the trade deadline when we make a trade and we made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. I really do believe the Lakers are going to make a trade. They're going to make it to the playoffs, and depends what trade the Lakers do make. But I will say, Zach LaVine, I feel like he's not worth so much of the Los Angeles Lakers because I'm not willing to trade so much of our depth and gut our depth for him. Whereas if we get a DeJounte Murray, you will be able to still retain your depth and you don't have to gut so much of your roster like a Zach LaVine, and you still be able to get some assets. Now, I will say for Christian Wood, he's not the greatest defender, but he's been very good on the weak side, helping Anthony Davis in the front court. And he's been the odd man out. He's been out of rotation, but the reason why the Chicago Bulls do this deal is because they're not doing this deal for Christian Wood. They're doing it because he's a bit younger than Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond is 30 years of age. It's crazy because I feel like he's been in the league a lot longer and it feels like he's older, but he is 30 years of age. He's a veteran. And Christian Wood is 28 years of age, so he's 2 years younger than Andre Drummond. Plus, the Chicago Bulls could be interested in Christian Wood as a rotation player moving forward. And also, if they decide to rebuild and start from scratch, they can maybe pair of second-round picks, and that should satisfy the front office. So I do believe this is the only move. This is not the only move that the Chicago Bulls would be on to make ahead of the trade deadline. They're probably going to wind up moving Zach LaVine, Alex Caruso, and DeMar DeRozan. So maybe they can come away with some assets, some first-round picks for these guys, or maybe some second-round picks, draft capital, because they're going to want some assets from the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, for the Los Angeles Lakers, and the reason why they do this deal is because Andre Drummond provides that rebounding, as I said in this video, and he provides rim protection. I won't say he's the greatest defender, but at least he provides rim protection, rim pressure, someone that could just do the dirty work, bang that low, and he's a big body, right? He could play next to Anthony Davis, and he could still finish pick-and-roll sets as well. And any shortcomings that Andre Drummond has as a rim protector will be mitigated. I'm so sorry for pronouncing that word wrong, but it'll be mitigated by playing alongside, Anthony Davis in the front court. Meanwhile, his ability to roll to the rim, finish at the basket, and that should make him a nice complement alongside LeBron James in the front court. And I will say Andre Drummond this season for the Chicago Bulls is averaging, 7.6 points per game, shooting 53.6% from the field, 8.5 rebounds, 0.5 assists, 0.6 blocks, 1.2 steals. He is shooting close to 55.9% from the free throw line. He's not a great free throw shooter, and he's not a guy that's going to space out the floor and shoot the three ball. He's a guy that's going to be around the rim, be in the dunker spot, but he's played 39 games. He's played every single game for the Chicago Bulls, so he is healthy. He is their backup big. Their starting big is Nikola Vucevic, and they could be looking to trade him, right? I'm not sure if they're willing to trade him, but he could be traded next. And Andre Drummond did play 16 minutes a night for the Chicago Bulls as a backup big. He has good size as a big man. He's 6'11". He does weigh about 279 pounds, so he's a big guy. And I will say his contract is pretty reasonable, right? He's under contract 2 years, worth about $6.5 million. So it does end this 2024 offseason because he's going to become an unrestricted free agent. And per year, he's making around $3.2 million. So I feel like he could potentially be a buyout market, but he could still be a trade asset if the Lakers are willing to reunite with him, bring him back to Los Angeles Lakers. I feel like the first time he was here, it really didn't work out. And he got injured the first game or the second game when he came to the Los Angeles Lakers, right? I believe it was a toe injury. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Jackson Hayes is just not the answer as the Lakers backup big. He hasn't really got too much minutes. And I feel like he's not going to be an option that you want to put on the floor, right? And he's not really disciplined. That was one of my major concerns about him heading into free agency, signing with the Los Angeles Lakers. He's pretty raw, which I did expect from him when he was a restricted free agent. And he's young. He's around 23 years of age, so he's young. I just feel like he's not a very good rebounder at 7 foot tall. How you're 7 foot tall and you're not that great of a rebounder. You get what I'm trying to say? He's very good at the pick and roll. He's a guy that's going to be a lob threat, throw down dunks. But as a rebounder, he's just not the answer, right? Now, I will say, since Chris Wood has been inserted back into the rotation, been in lineup, he's averaging 9.4 points per game, shooting 53.5% from the field, 6 rebounds, 1.3 assists, and shooting 52.6% from three, and 1 block shot over the last 7 games playing for us, playing close to 20.3 minutes a night. Now, I do feel like he deserves to get more minutes, and that would help the Los Angeles Lakers. He's been contributing for us, hitting threes. He's been very efficient from the three-point line, been very efficient from the field, protecting the rim on the weak side. Like I said, he's not the greatest defender, but at least he's giving effort. And the Los Angeles Lakers are 19-20. That's a record, and we're falling down in the standings, which is not good in the month of January. And we're the 11th seed Western Conference. We're a game behind the Utah Jazz, and the Lakers have struggled to prevent offensive rebounds and second chance points this season. They were 11.3 offensive rebounds allowed, which is tied for the league's 10th worst mark, and the Lakers are at least 19.5 second chance points allowed per game, which is the NBA's worst mark. And that was around November 5th, 2023. I'm not sure what it is now. But the Lakers, I know this team is not a very good rebounding team other than you got Anthony Davis. He's still one of the best rebounders in the game, but he needs help in the front court. And you just don't want to play LeBron James at the 5. You don't want to play him at the 4. There'll be moments where Jared Vanderbilt is playing the 5. Christian Wood, I feel like he's more of a power forward, a 4 to play at that spot, but not a 5. He could play the 5, but he's very undersized. He's around 6'9". So, Lakers fans, you guys let me know in the comment section, how do you guys feel about this trade that was proposed on NBA Analysis Network? And also for the Chicago Bulls end, they are struggling, but they were playing some better basketball since, Zach LaVine was dealing with an injury. He was out since November 28th, dealing with a knee injury. I believe it was inflammation. He came back against the Charlotte Hornets, this month. I don't remember the date, but I remember it was against the Charlotte Hornets at home. And Zach LaVine, he's been playing some really good basketball for the Chicago Bulls, but the problem is that he's a one-dimensional player. He's not a two-way player. He's not a guy that's going to defend, guard multiple positions, whereas DeJounte Murray, he's not a one-dimensional player. He's a two-dimensional player. He's not just provide on the defense end. He's a two-way player, playmaker. He's not the greatest at finishing at the rim, but he does have a nice mid-range game. Not the greatest three-point shooter, so I am worried about the floor spacing. But the Chicago Bulls, they are 18-22. That is the record. They're starting to do better in the standings. They are the 9th seed in the Eastern Conference, and they're actually 5-5 in the last 10 games. So, Lakers fans, you guys let me know in the comment section, how do you guys feel about this news? Make sure you guys drop a like, turn on notification bell so you guys get notified for future Lakers content. Subscribe to this channel, and also comment down what topic do you guys want to see me talk about in my next video. I really appreciate that, and we're on the road to 3K subs, which is actually insane. But I'm out of here. Peace.